Hello Mets fans, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great start to your day, and I hope this video makes your day even that much better, because we're going to be breaking down the New York Mets and their approach to MLB free agency. Once again, taking a look at a player that we touched on just over a month ago or so now, that being in DJ LeMahieu, because there have been reports that have come out over this past night that we really need to break down regarding the latest news between LeMahieu and the Mets front, if there is any connection there, and trust me, there is more than there was previously. I'm really excited to get into it, so make sure you stay all the way until the end of the video, guys, to hear the deets and all my thoughts on DJ LeMahieu and his connection with the New York Mets right now. And also make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends, put on the notification bell if you guys ended up enjoying this kind of Mets content, want to see more great Mets content like this. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright guys, we all know that DJ the Machine himself does not need much of any introduction at this point. The man at 32 years of age, the second baseman, in 2020 with the Yanks, racked up a total of 10 home runs, 27 RBIs, a 364 average, a 421 on base percentage, a 590 slugging, and 1.01 OPS in just 50 games played. And in 2019, 145 games played, racked up 26 home runs, 102 RBIs, a 327 batting average, a 375 on base percentage, a 518 slugging, and 893 OPS. LeMahieu, as we know, is a three-time All-Star, twice in the NL with the Colorado Rockies and once in the AL in 2019, most recently with the Yanks. He's a two-time Silver Slugger with the New York Yankees, and has also been an all MLB first teamer in 2019 and 2020 with the Yankees, as well as a three-time NL Gold Glover in 2014, 2017, 2018 with the Rockies, and was Defensive Player of the Year not once but twice in the 2017 and 2018 seasons. And LeMahieu is just a beast. We know this. The Machine himself, he has had at least a 300 average in 5 of the past 6 seasons, so he's just been remarkable, so consistent. I've said this in previous videos regarding LeMahieu and with the Mets. I loved LeMahieu for the Rockies. As soon as he became a free agent just over the past 2 years, I wanted the Mets to land him so bad, and it was either going to be LeMahieu or Jed Lowry. And of course, Brody Van Wagenen goes with his agent Jed Lowry, and I don't need to talk about that any further. LeMahieu went on to be one of the best hitters in baseball still, and Jed Lowry is no longer in the league. Enough said. But let's get on to LeMahieu. What are the latest reports? Well, Mets Mesmerized right around 10:30 last night dropped a bomb for me. Well, they didn't originally drop it, but they're the ones that further report on it, at least through the Mets. This was originally through Yahoo Sports, breaking down LeMahieu and how he's going to be starting to reach out to suitors, teams that showed heavy interest on him earlier in free agency, with the Mets being one of them. Now, granted, the Mets aren't the only team that they will be discussing with the LeMahieu front. At least there's multiple teams that LeMahieu will be talking to, but the Mets are one of them. I think that is huge, especially because from this report is indicating here is that it's regarding any team that showed serious and heavy interest in LeMahieu, noting that the Mets were one of them. So I'm really enticed by that, especially for a guy of LeMahieu's caliber. I would love him on the Mets, and there's a lot of great things to take into account with him, because as this article reads as well, it's really about teams that are trying to address holes in the lineup, either for the second or third base position. Keyword, second or third there. That is huge for the Mets, because as we know, they've been showing interest in a lot of third basemen, so many we really have touched on all of them here on the channel at this point, at least most of them. I plan on talking about one or two more maybe today. We'll see what happens. But in regards to LeMahieu, he's great because he's been a phenomenal fielder, as we know, at second, but he can play third. So in this situation where the Mets say don't want to give up some significant assets at all through a trade avenue, like the Nolan Arenados, the Bryants of the world, etc., or even Jose Ramirez, even though I don't think that they would have to give up too much for any of these guys given what the market currently looks like, and after seeing that Lindor and Cookie trade, that's just my personal opinion, though. You're still gonna have to give up assets at the end of the day. But a guy LeMahieu, all you have to give up is the dollars, and as long as he's not asking for too much out of the realm of possibility, hopefully that you don't have to give up, say, 5 years for a guy of his caliber who's already at the age of 32. Why not go for it? I'm sure the Mets are definitely showing some interest here. Now that they're going to be having further talks through a Zoom call interview, I think that is definitely telling that maybe we could see something happen. I don't necessarily think the Mets are going to make a decision on a third baseman through free agency or the trade market for at least another couple weeks, if you ask me, at least until something significant comes out of nowhere, because I'm sure that they've been plenty talks, as we know, about Array, but things are going to build up. And as we know with the Lindor trade, things really didn't pick up a lot. They had constant dialogue, but that trade happened a couple days before it really started to pick up on this past Monday. And then when did the trade happen? I'm blanking at the moment. It was only a couple days after Monday this past week. So it just goes to show you that in regards to the Mets, they have been silent with a lot of their workings thus far. When something picks up, it really has not gotten out there much, but free agency very well could be a different story. And DJ LeMahieu is a beast. He has been been the best player for the Yankees these past couple of years, and any Yankee fan will tell you that exact same thing. The Yanks don't want to lose DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu would probably like to stay in the Bronx, but the reality is that if he's going to the length now of really reaching out to numerous teams, we're talking 5+ teams at this point that have been showing heavy interest in the guy of his caliber that probably can afford him, or at least can get close to affording him. Who knows what's going to happen here, but I would love the Mets to land a guy like the Machine himself. He would be a monster. Then you can either have LeMahieu at second, McNeil at third, which I would be so much more comfortable wise when it comes to the defensive game, or you can have things reversed. Have McNeil at second and have LeMahieu at third. That would be dominant, absolutely dominant, and truly would be a ridiculous lineup. It already is when you look at them on paper. The Mets, they have the highest OPS in the shortened 2020 season, had a historic season when you're talking about MLB history and their OPS. But regardless, now you bring in a guy LeMahieu, who's been literally a batting champ, one of the best out there, and you bring him in that lineup with a guy McNeil. Oh my god, now Lindor, not everyone else. Great things are going to happen. So I do feel pretty confident that the Mets are probably going to be addressing the third base position still. Don't get me wrong, I love JD Davis, I cannot say that enough, but realistically they're showing plenty of interest in a lot of these guys because I have a feeling that they want to get a guy more defensively sound and really just upgrade the position and maybe have more JD in either a platoon role. Maybe they want to put him in a left at times. I'm not sure exactly what direction they want to go down with JD Davis, but I do know that they're not fully invested in him at this point in time, and because of that, that is exactly why they're showing interest in a lot of these different third base options. Some I'm in a lot more favor of over others, but LeMahieu would be a huge get and a guy that you do not have to give up any actual assets of, only the dollars. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. How do you feel about DJ LeMahieu, the Machine himself, landing in Queens with the New York Mets? Do you think it's going to happen? What do you make of these talks and these interview Zoom calls that are going to be happening with Mets and some other teams? Do you think he's still going to go back to the Bronx, or do you think that Mets can very well take him away and really make another blockbuster deal? Even though it's not a trade, it's just a series taking away the best player from the Bronx, putting him in Queens for that Subway Series, and really showing that the Mets are very well one of, if not the biggest top dog in New York going forward. There's a lot of things to be excited about with LeMahieu and his connection with the Mets. I want to know your thoughts as always. And again, guys, if you ended up enjoying this kind of Mets content, want to see more great Mets content like this, you know what to do by now. Smash that like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends, put on the notification bell. It would really mean a lot. Help us get to 2,000 subscribers. We're just around 500 away or so, and I cannot begin to thank you enough for the countless support here on the channel. Amazing things are coming, a huge collab is coming, and so many other things in between. I hope you guys are going to be here for it because it's going to be a lot of fun. Sky truly looks like the limit here on the channel going forward. But thank you again, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you again real soon.